4 Ps of multi-channel marketing: physicians, pharmacists. My name is Marilyn Cox. I'm the marketing principal with the Oracle Marketing Cloud's Industry Solution Center of Excellence. I've included my contact information here. If you have any questions regarding any of the use cases or best practices defined in today's presentation, please don't hesitate to reach out. So, we've all heard the terms multi-channel, omni-channel, cross-channel, and as I've said before, you can call it what you want, but it all really means the same thing. It's this challenge and unrealistic expectation of perfection. We recognize that communication channels are multiplying, and marketing teams are tasked with communicating a consistent value message across email campaigns, direct mail campaigns, print and digital ads, social media, websites, blogs, events, press releases, partner and patient portals, and on and on and on. And with that comes the multiplication of audiences. You have physicians, and pharmacists, and payers, and patients. Each of these has a sphere of influence that's also very difficult to define. And you are tasked with communicating with all of these individuals while remaining client. But it's these expansive audiences and communication channels that ultimately carry that value message. A perfect example of this is the growing role and influence of pharmacists in healthcare. Pharmacists are influencing patient decisions, affecting prescription selection after the prescription's been written, and educating patients on self-care practices. And these expansive audiences and channels that are helping pharma companies do more with less. With a reduction in the sales force, there's an added strain on firms where only 56% of prescribers are willing to meet with reps, and that interaction averages only 98 seconds. So HCPs today are more independent, and many prefer to research and seek out answers and solutions independently. Digital marketing has come as a welcome solution for sales directors looking to connect with HCPs in a more efficient manner, and market access managers looking to enhance the impact of their value communication strategies. Advancements in technology have allowed digital marketing communications to reach the same level of one-to-one personalization often delivered by a sales rep. And with the sales tools found in CRM and marketing automation technology, sales reps are now able to deliver those marketing communications. They can further customize the message and still remain compliant, and then, of course, focus on those opportunities that demonstrate the highest level of engagement. Productivity and effectiveness are increasing for both marketing and sales and the healthcare professional. And that healthcare professional now owns the communication process. With marketing automation technology, the HCP now controls the volume and type of content received through subscription centers and their own digital body language. They decide when and where they receive information. They can proactively manage the relationship, and they can indicate which content best educates them. So by empowering the HCPs, organizations implementing this type of technology create a more positive experience for the HCP. That HCP can focus more attention to patient care while developing a more positive sentiment. And with that in mind, let's walk through a series of common communication tactics implemented by pharmaceutical companies. We'll discuss how these traditional tactics can be modernized for the modern pharma marketer and meet the requirements of those HCPs. So you want to consider the optimization of sample and trial registration forms and processes. You need to capture contact, account, and delivery information, as well as product information and date needed by. Contact information already captured in the contact record or stored within a CRM should not be queried. It's recommended that this form either link to a subscription form or contain the subscription form as part of the sample and trial registration. Make sure that you nurture and educate the HCP throughout the sample trial period using one-to-one communications. Don't forget to send a confirmation of the delivery of the sample trial. There should be contact information available in case the sample trial was not received. And educational content delivered throughout the trial period should provide information on studies, results, and testimonial information. Content should also provide information on advances in innovation and trends relative to the industry or product. And at the conclusion of the trial period, provide a feedback form to collect information on both the product and the process, and enter that HCP into an e-detailing campaign when appropriate. Many organizations have a prominently displayed page or sidebar that contains a list of upcoming events that the company is attending or hosting. It usually lists the event name, date, location, sometimes a brief topic. If events are an important engagement channel for you, consider building out additional content. Provide a form where contacts can be notified of future events that are either in their area or contain a session of particular interest to them. Also, don't neglect the events that have already occurred. You want to automate post-event campaigns, offer recorded sessions, recorded webinars, and presentations on SlideShare. Engage your compliance team from the start. When planning content for the event, best practice is to allow ample time for content approval with the in-house legal team. And it's recommended that all post-event content be created, approved, and programmed before the event, so post-event follow-up can occur immediately. You want to extend your e-detailing process. Most e-detailing forms and follow-up campaigns are designed according to the marketing and sales process. What's not typically optimized, though, is the activity driving traffic to the e-detailing form. Much of that e-detailing activity is dependent upon inbound activity. So consider some alternative inbound tactics like personalized digital advertising. On average, digital ads only reach 33% of their intended target. And the more specialized your product or industry, the harder it becomes to reach your intended audience. But digital advertising focused on personalization and leveraging content approval and publishing that also respects privacy can aid in solving this problem. Pharma companies can now better service and educate their audience, as well as understand engagement and interest, and then communicate return on advertising investment. And it can deliver inbound results and provide continual pull-through a sales cycle. This is really possible with a lot of technology that exists right now. So, for example, you can define your target audience as cardiologists in Chicago. And then those individuals will be served up personalized ads. You can create specifically for that segment. And then based on their individual digital body language, you can really activate against those individuals a digital ad that drives that audience to a landing page where they can request, let's say, an e-detail. So leveraging that e-detail, the campaign would automate those personalized one-to-one communications based on the HCP's digital body language with both inbound and outbound marketing. Consider the better utilization of video channels. So let's take a look at customer and KOL testimonial videos and commercials, because video is a very popular and highly effective communication channel. Video really offers the opportunity to educate, sometimes interactively through tutorials and testimonials. In the life science space, video is used to communicate valuable healthcare information and a sense of caring to patients, HCPs, and employees. The video really allows life science organizations to communicate compassion and caring while remaining compliant. And because video content is patient and HCP facing, it's important to note that content should be, of course, useful, compliant, and then backed up with facts and sources. And there are several companies doing this very well. Pfizer's YouTube channel contains useful and informative content. Their videos consist of TV appearances from the doctors, product and illness awareness, and background on their drug development process. Merck leverages evergreen video content. They have case studies and content around trending topics like big data. In fact, during a 10-day period that I observed, Merck saw a 3.4% increase in YouTube followers, and Pfizer had a 5.1% increase. But aside from subscribing to your organization's YouTube channel, how can you better engage through video? As stated before, while video provides a fantastic opportunity to engage, you also need to convert. And you need to organize and categorize your videos by audience, topic, and journey stage. Your videos should be easy to navigate and guide the viewer through a story. Physician and patient portals contain a lot of that valuable information. These website portals should contain more, though, than just a catalog of content. Content such as blogs, testimonials, photographs, videos, and KOL findings are great, but even a content library brimming with innovation is useless if the content is not delivered to the right person at the right time in their journey. So be proactive. Don't make physicians and patients search for information. Allow the digital body language of that individual dictate which content they receive and when. Additionally, use analytics as a barometer for existing engagement and as a tool for uncovering new engagement opportunities. Include engagement data into your persona development. Use this analytic output to guide your decision making. This information can also be used when deciding how to convert unknown visitors, where to invest with marketing R&D, and which KOLs have the greatest influence. Now, talking about KOLs, you have to consider the library of KOL content and patient testimonials that you currently have on hand. On a life science website or within a physician or patient portal, a library or listing of thought leadership content and patient testimonials can often be found. But aside from Google Analytics, you can learn a lot more from activity on those pages. If you consider tools like Oracle's Marketing Cloud, you can really begin to leverage the activity on those pages, because page tagging offers the fantastic ability to not only understand segmented analytics, but to also trigger behavior based on activity against tagged pages. Scoring an entry into nurture or sample campaigns can also occur with this activity. Consider tagging activity against specific offerings or content from the same KOL, and then based on engagement with a specific asset, deliver personalized communications from his designated sales rep or that KOL. Ensure the sales organizations have insight and visibility into that activity. Newsletters. Everyone has one, and everyone also has a newsletter subscription form, most likely. But if you're only capturing basic contact information and delivering the same generic newsletter to all your subscribers, you're really missing out on a great opportunity to engage. Consider incorporating a broader subscription center offer into your forms. You can even provide this opt-in within, let's say, any detailing form. Capture information about delivery and device preferences. Understand content and medical interests, and then use this data to provide a more personalized and dynamic content-rich newsletter. Capture and score engagement against specific content, and then identify potential revenue opportunities based on that data. Social media and social media links. Today, most websites contain links to the company's social media accounts. These typically include Facebook, LinkedIn, Twitter, and YouTube, but rarely do the sites give a justification for following the social pages. Aside from the standard learn more or receive up-to-date information reasons, community development can be a compelling driver for engagement. Entice with the ability to research independently or engage with other HCPs or even recruit for internal job candidates. You can then tie this social activity into segmented and targeted advertising and email communication. So I'm sure you're thinking, cool, but what about compliance? How can you do this? How can you communicate across all of these channels to all of your audiences in a personalized yet compliant manner? Okay, so you can't get past the attorneys, but you can better align with them and provide the information that will put their compliance concerns at ease. So let's take a look at 6 actions that you can take to work more effectively with your legal teams. Outline your compliance process and where marketing communications fit in. Marketing cloud technology is not meant to replace your existing compliance system. It's really meant to complement your existing process. Content and marketing tools, marketing automation tools, they really allow for an additional layer of review and approval. So make sure that you identify at what point to involve legal. They probably don't need to see every single draft and would rather review all marketing assets for a program at one time. Understand their process. Have your compliance organization define how much they want to see, of course, at what point in the process. Leverage built-in tools. So marketing automation technology contains the functionality that allows organizations to lock down content. This provides sales with the power to communicate independently while assuring the organization that brand and legal standards will be met. Make sure that the technology that you have in place also contains review, approval, and testing. Export communication workflows. So once you've created your campaign workflow and decision rules, export them out of the system. This allows legal to visualize the process and improve the entire program versus one asset at a time, which usually stalls the flow of communication. Define what data is captured in each system. Document what data is stored against a contact record, as well as what data is passed back and forth between your CRM, SFA, MA, data warehouse, as well as compliance systems. Allow for ample time for development, revision, and approval processes. If you haven't already, document a project schedule. Baseline the work effort across the communication development process. Identify the constraints like legal approval. Now use that project schedule and execute backwards planning. Understanding when all communication assets must be finalized and approved allows you to plan backwards and identify the start date of the project. Clear it with legal. Explain why the schedule is defined as is and point out the constraints. Obtain buy-in that they can meet the approval timeframe if all completed assets are turned over for review by the defined date. And don't forget to build in time for the revision process. Create an employee training and education program. This program should extend beyond an email with the rules listed. If employees are sending communications, creating content, or posting to social sites, then policy and governance should be clearly communicated to all employees, preferably in the form of actual training. In order to succeed, it's important to take a multi-channel marketing approach to your communication strategy. You need to incorporate all channels, web, social, video, email, and personal communications into the journey of the 4 Ps. Look at those channels not currently integrated. I've used the example of stem cell technologies before, who recognized an opportunity when they realized that there were communication channels like live chat not effectively tied to their marketing and sales programs. In fact, only 3 lead sources were included in their multi-channel marketing strategy. But through the use of marketing cloud technology, they can now evaluate 21 different communication channels. By expanding the inclusion of channels, aligning with sales, and improving the opportunity scoring, Stem Cell has actually improved alignment, productivity, and they now have greater insight into marketing communication effectiveness. So here are some final takeaways. Capture digital engagement. This is extremely important to not only deliver the right communication to the right individual at the right time, but it also provides insight and feedback into the effectiveness of different messaging across different channels, different audiences. Make sure that you segment and target. This is very important because you want to make sure that you're segmenting beyond just specialty. You want to make sure that you're delivering communications that align with an individual's interests. This could revolve around continued medical education credits. This could align with scientific advisory boards that they sit on. If they have a specific interest in the development of a specific type of drug, making sure that you follow up with that information appropriately. Automate. We're all resource constrained, and it's impossible to expect even the largest marketing team to be able to execute to the level of personalization that's required. Leverage marketing automation technology and other marketing cloud technology to really deliver those communications across all channels at your disposal. And then, of course, enable and empower. This is extremely important when considering both your internal marketing organization, your sales organization, as well as the physician and pharmacy audience that you're communicating to. Because you need to enable them to communicate effectively to their patients. Unify tactics, pulling all of this together. You can no longer view each channel as an individual tactic. You have to really look at your marketing holistically. Again, if you have any additional questions regarding any of the best practices discussed here, please feel free to reach out. I'd be happy to answer any of them.